So we are definitely at Six Flags Great America today, and it is hot. It feels like 110 is what the all the weather apps are saying, and
yeah, I don't think we're actually there yet, but it just already feels like it.
Yeah.
Because you have the heat with the humidity. This is kind of almost a little bit worse than our Florida trip. So this is gonna be an experience.
But yeah, brand new park. Let's go check it out. Six Flags Great America. Here we go.
Woo!
So they have a ride over here called Max Force that just opened, and let's check out the line for it. So the line for Max Force is so long right now, and the park just opened like 10 minutes ago. So we won't be doing that unless we buy like a fast pass or come here very early tomorrow morning, because it just keeps on going. We're about to do the Wizard as our first ride of the day. So this is what the Wizard looks like. It looks like it's a, you know, not too intense of a coaster. Almost like a kiddie coaster in a way.
Stairs. Enjoy the rest of your day. One for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and away you go. Enjoy. Shoes must be worn on the ride.
So just did the Wizard. It's a fun little kiddie coaster. It is an interesting way you sit in the ride vehicle. It's like a bobsled in a way, where you know you're scrunched together in one seat, sort of. It's fun. It is a great little small kiddie coaster. Crystal and I love kiddie coasters. Didn't go too fast, no loops or anything. It's just a fun, enjoyable ride. Yeah, and the lift hill mechanic was kind of unusual too. You go up in like a circle, and that was kind of cool. I like unusual coasters. I definitely recommend it. And now we're off to do another ride. We don't know what yet. So we're headed into the county fair area. Let's take a look at what this themed land looks like. Over here to the right of the sign, you can actually see some of their themes from their Horror Fest, or Fright Fest, and they're like a Holiday in the Park theme. Oh yeah, they have like a garland over here for like Christmas Fest, Holiday in the Park Fest actually, and then over here they have like, you know, some sort of like raggedy thing for their Fright Fest. So we're on our way to do the Demon, and it looks very similar to the Demon at California's Great America. So I'm curious, you know, if it's a similar company or if they just copied the ride design. Let's check it out. They got some music going along the side of the ride queue. I like that. Adds to the theming and atmosphere. So it looks very similar to one of the Great America. You have this, you know, ride tunnel, and it looks like the same track design. So I think it is very similar.
Inside the car at all times, and your head against the headrest. Please secure how of you are closing. Once you are seated, please lower your restraint. Gas must be at least 42 inches. Remain.
So the Demon, very similar to California's Great America, if not the exact same ride.
It's been a little while since we've been, so I don't remember if the items that you see in the caves are exactly the same. It definitely felt impressive.
I felt like there's a lot more theming on this ride version. So yeah, I prefer this one over the one in California's Great America.
Well, and also we lucked out, this one had no line.
No line too. The one in California's Great America can get big.
Yeah.
So that's a plus of this. But yeah, very similar rides. I think it's the exact same, but this one has a better theming.
And even though this one has the lockers outside, they actually have the bins for you when you go through the notch each coaster. So just so that way you know it. Because we put our stuff in the locker and then we're like, oh, we could have saved the buck.
Yeah. But now we're off to do another ride. So it looks like Dole is also a sponsor of this park, so I wonder if they have Dole Whip here. So over here, you can actually see, this is one of the tunnels of the Demon, and I don't know if you could see, but there's like lights inside, and it has this cool like tunnel effect because the lights are like lit up and like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's kind of cool. They don't have that one at California's Great America. They have the tunnel, but no lights. So we're gonna go do Battle for Metropolis in 4D. I mean, it could be the exact same ride we have at Magic Mountain, but we think it's kind of a walk-on, so we're gonna give it a try. Here we go. It's looking very similar. So it is slightly different. So here's the point list. You can get 2,000 to 8,000 points for the henchmen, 200 to 1,000 points for like barrels, 200 points for gas canisters. Gas detonators are 500, and then there's extras, anywhere from 100 to 20,000.
The youngest member of the Justice League and the team's technology expert. I guess you've heard there's a situation here in Metropolis, huh? Well, it's going from bad to worse out there on the streets.
So even though there wasn't a long line, it's still taking forever to get on board this ride. I guess they just, you know, aren't that fast loading it. We're about to board. Here we go. Let's see who wins, me or Crystal.
Over here, guys! Help us free the lead! Booyah! How about we celebrate with some laughing
So Crystal won. So Battle for Metropolis 40, the screens were super dark. A lot of people already complained about it online and on the forums, but it is a very dark ride. It's tough to actually see what you were shooting at, especially with the 4D glasses. It makes everything a little bit darker because of the tint. So I can't recommend this one. So there's a plushie over here that has a shirt. I don't know if you can read it, but it says "No Drama Llama." Oh, and there's one that says "No Problem Llama." I don't know if you're interested, but they have these refill stations in the park, and basically if you buy a bottle for I think like $32, you can get free unlimited refills for the whole season. Well, whole year actually. So that's something we do. You know, we just buy one bottle, share it between the two of us, and I think there's a time limit. You can only get a refill every like 30 or minutes or an hour, maybe. Let me give you a closer look at this refill station. So there's like multiple stations, so there's different flavors, but here it looks mostly the same. You have Coke, Fanta, Coke Zero, root beer, and some other flavors along here. But yeah, you would just enter in one of the lines around here and then you'd exit here. I guess actually you'd enter here and you exit over there. Up next is ExFlight, and it looks like a fun ride. So that's a kind of a cool decoration there that you go through. Ooh, and there's Hangar 4, an observation area XH4. For as hot as it gets here, there's like no covered, you know, queue line. That's kind of disappointing. So ExFlight broke down on us in line, so we decided to go do something else because it's very hot. If we're gonna wait for a line, we want it to be running. So we're headed to the Southwest Territory to check out this land. And it's definitely Western themed. So here's a spinning flat ride that I hate already just looking at it. They have like an old mission theme here. So that's kind of cool. Wow. I love the theme in this land. It's pretty good. So up ahead's the ride we're gonna go on, Raging Bull. It's this orange coaster. So they don't allow line jumping here. And if you see somebody, there's actually a phone number you can call and they'll send security out to actually apprehend the person. So somebody updated the ride time or queue length for this ride. It's only a 5-minute queue for this huge roller coaster. So we're gonna do it and we're gonna hopefully enjoy it. So I love the building here. It is a well-themed building for the ride. You know, it has that same Western themed. Yeah, I'm liking this park so far for their theming. It's pretty good.
Tell us in the green box.
To the left of the park is actually the water park, and I'm not seeing that many people in it, even though it's like the hottest day of the year. So who knows, maybe we go there today or tomorrow. So we just did Raging Bull. It was a fun roller coaster with the same seat sort of as Fury 325 or Diamondback, sort of.
Yeah, just a different orientation than Diamondback.
Yeah, and it was a fun ride. You got great views of the park, so I can't complain about that.
It's nice and smooth.
Very nice and smooth. One thing though is Crystal thinks somebody tried to steal her water bottle or her Six Flags bottle in line.
Yeah, it was funny. I was watching the kid try to pull it and try to take it and then realize like, oh, it's attached. So that's interesting. I guess that's always something you gotta look out for everywhere, but.
And apparently, you know, he didn't even walk off with a bottle, so that was also more suspect, which he didn't even try and mistake it with his own bottle, he just tried to take a bottle. So. I love the exit. You get to go through this like forest, and it's not just like a concrete slab. It's actually a pretty nice exit queue.
You can even smell the forest.
Yes, smelling the forest is very nice. So inside of this mission building, it looks like they have like a teacup ride. You'll see it in a second, but yeah. There's hardly anybody on this teacup ride. There's actually like a huge urn or something over there that's decorated like in some sort of Spanish way. So we're gonna go check out this teacup ride. And it looks like we're the only ones in line. And there's not many people on the actual ride itself, but I want to try it at least once. The sign over there says it's Chubasco, so we're gonna ride it. And there's a big old pot in the center. And it looks like a, you know, a decent, you know, teacup ride. So Chubasco is a fun teacup ride. It's actually really fun. It is great. If you're into teacup rides, definitely check this out. It's out of the heat, which is very nice. Yeah, I don't like spinning too much, so we try to keep ours steady the whole time, which is tough. But yeah, we're on to a new ride now. So we are just going through water right now. We got a water bottle fill. We went through it in like 5 minutes and we just got another one. It is so hot today. So it looks like they have a train. I wonder when it runs. They have a kind of a cool sign over here where you can pose that says, you know, Six Flags, and you can pose where the X is with Coca-Cola. So we're in their kiddie zone now. And there's some small rides here. They have one of those swings that you have to pay extra for. $10 per person. That's a little heavy. Here's another ride they have. And the name of their kid zone is Kidzopolis. They have a little water playground over there too. You can create your own snow cone over here, and it seems very tempting now with the heat. Oh yeah, there's like little funnels where you can add your own combinations. Now it looks like it's $9. It's kind of expensive for a snow cone. It's just ice. So we're in Yukon territory, and they have another kids zone. Camp Cartoon. They have like the Scooby-Doo bus. Children's area for under 54 inches tall. Ooh, they have a roller coaster back there. Let's go check it out. So it's kind of interesting, Crystal pointed this out. It's actually not called Scooby-Doo. It says Crazy Bus. Even though it looks like the Scooby-Doo bus, it's not called Scooby-Doo whatsoever.
It has some small paint differences from the Scooby-Doo bus, but you can definitely tell it's a little bit themed off of Scooby-Doo, and with the spooky trees and stuff. Yeah, I bet you at some point this ride was rebranded.
So we're gonna do this kiddie coaster over here, and usually you're not supposed to unless you have a kid, but there's no line, so it's like okay, because there's absolutely nobody in line for this coaster. but it's a small little coaster. Here's what the coaster looks like. It's super small. So yeah, that was a fun little coaster. I mean, we love kiddie coasters, you know, they're short, and we got to ride it multiple times. I was in the front row, Crystal was in the second row. It was a fun little ride. I'm glad we did it.
So I noticed a sign here. If you're a parent, this is something very cool that they did, is that they post very clearly that this is the only entrance and exit for this little kid area. So if you want to just end up sitting by one of these benches here, you can just let your kid go off and do their own thing, and that way you feel safe knowing like, okay, this is the only way that they come and go. So it's really nice that they let you know, because I know at other parks, moms and stuff complain that like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was another exit, you know, where's my kid? So it's really nice that they posted it.
So we saw that they had a mac and cheese hot dog. And it looks pretty good, and it comes with the dining pass, so we're gonna get it.
And the bacon is optional.
Oh yeah, bacon is optional. We decided to go for the bacon. So this is what it looks like. So it looks stuffed with mac and cheese and bacon and fries, and you get a lot on this plate. This is a pretty big plate. So yeah, the dining plan, it comes in handy very well. I mean, this is a lot of food, and we still get one more meal plus a snack. That's amazing. Like, let's compare it. There's Crystal's head, here's the plate. Okay, we just ate. Now we're off to do Goliath. And it looks fun. It's an RMC, I believe. And, I mean, those are always good. Here's what the entrance looks like to Goliath. It's definitely a Goliath entrance. We're almost on. There's like a 10-minute wait. Looks like a super fun ride. So it looks like they're running this empty. That usually means either they're testing it out because the sensor went array or something like that, or someone vomited on the coaster and they're just cleaning it out. They're airing it out. But it's interesting because the actual track up here is actually stuck on the lift hill. I don't know if you can see it. It's over there. You can see someone over there going up there. So either someone's on their phone or they weren't locked in properly. But I would hate to have his job walking up all those stairs in the heat. So it looks like he's going up there, asking them to put their hands up, and double checking that all the seats are locked. The people in the back are lucky to have shade, but those up front, not so much. He's talking to someone up there. Maybe that's the suspect. He might have had his phone out. Looks like they found the guest responsible. Did some scolding. Now he has to walk all the way back down and clear the tracks before they start running it. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a security guard over here. So I don't know if someone's about to be escorted off the ride as soon as they get off. Or escorted out of the park as soon as they get off the ride. So over here, you can actually see that they actually set out water cups for the people that were stuck on the lift hill. So I mean, that's super amazing. They have like one for each row, or two for each row, but they're all lined up over there. That's awesome. So we just did Goliath, and it was a fun RMC. You know, it did take us like 30 or 40 minutes to actually get on it because of that delay.
Yeah, that was a unnecessary delay by people.
But it was a fun coaster, smooth, super fast. The upside down parts were pretty fun.
Yeah, this one kind of actually reminded me a little bit more of Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain, more than the other actual named Goliath one. I believe though that it's not quite the same track. I think the Colossus is different, like hybrid or something where it goes like wood and steel or something like that if I remember right. But it had those same kind of curves.
But yeah, good ride. It was kind of short. That's the only thing I'd have to say about it. Kind of short. I wish it was longer, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
We are about to do the Little Dipper. There is no line from the looks of it, or the line's hiding back there, because it does say 15 minutes, but I honestly don't think it's that big. Let's check it out. We just saw a whole bunch of people trying to hop underneath these metal poles, and it honestly looked like it took more effort doing that than just walking the little 15 extra feet. How excited are you for this?
Very. It's a kiddie coaster.
It's red, white, and blue, and now it has you. Enjoy your ride on the Little Dipper. When the train comes to a complete stop, you can pull up on your lap bars, unbuckle your seatbelts, and exit to your left and down the ramp.
So yeah, the Little Dipper, it's a small wooden coaster, but sometimes small is good, and this is a good one. So there was a huge like wind and storm gust that came in. It dropped from like 90 something to it's like 79 degrees right now. A lot of the rides are closed because of threat of lightning strikes. So the park's kind of dead right now. All the water rides are stopped. I haven't seen any roller coasters run. Even some flat rides aren't running. It's kind of dead, so hopefully it clears out more people, so later on we can just bam, 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 do coasters and all the other rides. So they have another Batmobile here, and it definitely seems different than the one outside Fiesta, Texas. And it's actually right outside of the Batman ride, which looks like an exact clone of the other Batman rides they have, specifically in St. Louis. The entrance looks slightly different though, but overall it looks like the same Batman ride, but we'll probably ride it later tonight or tomorrow to check it out. Crystal had a pizza at this place called Capone's Kitchen. It is okay, right?
It's alright. Now, a little trick is they don't give you a side of marinara, but if you ask for it, they'll give it to you, and it makes it so much better to dip the breadstick or the pizza in it. I suggest it.
So yes, Roaring Rapids closed due to weather. Aww. A lot of people have moved to these like fair games because they're open. Lightning won't really affect them, so I see a lot more people on these games. So the carousel's running. We're gonna go do that. So Crystal and I chose Ostriches to ride on because Ostriches are amazing. Seems like a fairly old carousel, and it's a two-story, and it seems very similar to the one they have at California's Great America. I'm actually starting to believe that the two parks may have been owned by the same company at one point, because I mean their setup is pretty similar and they have some of the similar rides. So I'll have to look into this.
Really pretty red bird.
Oh yeah, there's a cool bird over there. It's like a...
Is that a cardinal?
I don't know.
My vision's not good enough.
Oh, right when I zoomed in. So yeah, the carousel was fun, and now we're gonna go get some fast passes to, I think, the Dark Knight indoor coaster. So here is the line for the new coaster, Max Force. It's definitely small right now. I guess they'd let the people wait over here since they probably waited like an hour and a half for the ride. But yeah, there's no end in sight to this ride closure because we actually just heard lightning strikes just a few minutes ago. And the clouds are just so big, it just like keeps coming. I don't know when they're gonna open up the rides again. So there's a whole bunch of people waiting outside the entrance to Max Force. And it makes sense because if they get in, they instantly save like an hour and a half. But at the same time, they might have to wait like 2-3 hours for the ride to open because of the lightning. So it's a trade-off of what, you know, you're gonna wait less for. So we just went in to get our skip the line passes.
Yeah.
And we turn around and it's
like dark.
So dark.
It's so quick. The storm is really rolling in.
It's like, don't blink because the storm is here. And if you see this line of people back here, they're all just leaving the park because I don't think there's any hope of most of the rides reopening for the night.
There's only like 3 rides that are going to stay open. Justice League, the
Bumper Carts, and then the Dark Knight Indoor Coaster, which we got a fast pass for, or skip the line.
Skip the line.
Yeah. So yeah, the weather here kind of sucks right now.
I mean, it's kind of good to be able to walk around and we can do some of the stores and other little things. But otherwise, I think it's going to make it really hard to stay through to closing.
They also have a Jelly Belly over here you can take a picture with. I think they had one at St. Louis as well.
Oh yeah, they did.
So I don't know if you can see, but there's like train tracks here on the pavement. So I wonder if they had some sort of, I don't know, train or street trolley that used to run through here. The tracks go around a long ways around the park, so I wonder. So it just started raining, so chances of rides opening have dropped even further. You can just see the line of people running out of the park. Oh man, it's coming down. So yeah, we're in B-roll right now. We're in B mode. We got the ponchos on. If we were a Yeti, we wouldn't be moving like a certain Yeti at a certain mountain in Animal Kingdom. Okay, so we're about to do Gotham City Rail, and actually the Flash Pass entrance is over here, so we're gonna go over here to the right of the entrance. So the best way to determine if you're going the right way for Flash Pass is if it looks like an exit and it's not well marked. Because I don't think that, you know, they built these things for the Flash Pass originally. They kind of just, you know, added it on. So this is what the queue looks like for the main line. And it is all indoors, so that's kind of nice. There's like a subway map over there. It's very hard to see, but yeah, it's over there. The theming on this ride is just amazing. There's like these security monitors and nothing's going right in them. You got all these telephone equipment and stuff. It's pretty good. It looks like the Joker attacked this computer. It's not operating anymore. So the Dark Knight ride, it was a very well themed ride. It's one of the Six Flags best themed rides they had.
Yeah.
That part was amazing. Crystal usually doesn't like it is a Wild Mouse ride.
Yeah, usually I'm just like, no, we can pass. I don't care for those at all. But the theming of it made me just actually get immersed and enjoy it. Yeah,
very well themed. And we love well themed rides. So good job, Six Flags. It was amazing.
The only thing that was a little bit weird for me, which I didn't mention to you just yet, my lap bar actually popped up 1 notch. I was like, what just happened? And I was like gripping it. I'm like, no, you're staying down. And I tried to push it back into that other notch. It held that other notch, but I was just like, what is going on?
Interesting. But yeah, other than potential scare of life or death, fun ride. You can see all the rain down here. And the guest has definitely disappeared compared to before.
And the song playing matches real well.
Yep, the song playing Thunder matches Thunder. There's a cool statue over here that celebrates Mardi Gras. Apparently it opened spring 2004. So apparently that's a newish land. Interesting. So it looks like they have water blasters next to the rapid ride. But of course, you know, it's kind of useless right now since no rafts are running. But this also looks like a decent rapids ride. So we're gonna check out the Picnic Grove over here on the left. Just see what it is. So Crystal was saying it looks like it might actually be reserved for different groups. And you know, some groups reserve it for multiple times and some just for one. So Rush Enterprises reserved Area 4 for like from 10:45 to 3 versus the Foods just reserved Area 1 and 2 from 11:30 to 1. Looks like you might need a wristband to actually go back there because they're turning people away. So yeah, the picnic area was closed. Apparently, it's mostly for large companies with like 100 employees, but it's like $30–40 a person depending on the food that they serve. And you get a pass for that day, and it's pretty cheap, so it's a good deal. Companies, send your employees to Six Flags. They'll enjoy it. So we are going to check out the Wizard's Workshop. Fantasy gifts and apparel. Oh yeah, Wizards Enter. They got some steampunk hats and the song from The Hobbit playing. Here's some more steampunk hats. So at least this one is $24.99. Oh, they have a Catwoman steampunk? I don't know what these creatures are, but they're kind of adorable. And then, of course, no wizard shop is complete without fairies. And they have a lot of them. So we're leaving the wizard shop and checking out what the Moose Burger Lodge has here. In case you didn't watch our St. Louis video, they had a Moose Burger Lodge over there as well. Oh. So they got triple cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, and then anything else that looks like it's part of the meal plan. Except for, you know, those two. Right next to the Moose Burger Lodge is a little creek. It is very little. Oh, and Chris was pointing out there's a totem pole over here. Oh, it looks like it's a moose, maybe on top? Maybe I was just seeing things. There's some bears up here, made out of wood, where the creek starts over here. There's a small waterfall over there. Kind of cool. In case you're wondering what the Six Flags trash cans look like here in Great America, it's a trash can, nothing too spectacular. So we're just wandering the park, you know, nothing's open. There's 3 rides, the Dodgems, the indoor coaster, and you know, not much else. So, don't know what to do. So yeah, they've opened up the rides again, guests are on them, and there's really hardly any lines. However, we're in line to do the magic show, which is at 6:15, and it's about a 45-minute show, and we want to make sure we do it today because we're not sure if it runs tomorrow. So yeah, let's check it out. So it's about to start, but I wanted to show off this stage. It has a strong steampunk look to it. I'll try to record the show, but if they don't allow it, we'll just have to talk about it. So we just got out of the show, and I thought it was a good show. Crystal was paying attention to the interpreters most of the time.
Yeah, sign language interpreters. Whenever they have sign language interpreters, I'm always watching them versus the show. I can't help it. I find it more entertaining, especially because there's a section of this where they use Bohemian Rhapsody, and watching the sign language interpretation for the operatic section is so entertaining. I was so wondering, I'm like, how do they do like Beelzebub and, you know, Bismillah and Figaro? I'm like, I don't know those signs. How do they convey that? It's just
Never let you go, Mama Mia.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's a good show though. I'll try and post a video here if we were able to record it successfully, because we tried to record the whole show. So yeah, hopefully that recorded. But now we're off to do some more roller coasters. We are once again going to try and get on ExFlight. Hopefully the line isn't too long.
6 flight ExFlight for takeoff.
So I don't know if you can see, you will in a second, but this is a new type of coaster for us, I'm pretty sure, where there's 2 people on either side. It's sort of like the Joker, but there's a lot more cars to it. So we just did ExFlight, or X-Force, something X. It could have been an adult ride for all we know, because it, you know, has X in it. But it was a good ride. The roll that you do through this one building was intense and fun, and slow too, which made it even that much more intense. So it was a very good ride.
Yeah, this is that kind that I feel like gives me that like sense of flying a little bit, but without the sense of impending death. Like if the thing fails, like bam. I mean, I'm sure it could happen, but I don't know. It doesn't give my stomach the like topsy-turvy like. Ugh. So I like this one.
Very good ride.
Good ride.
I don't know if you can see it, but as we were walking out of the queue, there's this like piping system that runs all along this like creek underneath the ride. I'm just wondering what it's for. Is it like a sprinkler system? If so, it seems like overkill. There's like so many of these spigots or whatever. Maybe it's their version of a water show that happens later tonight? Who knows? So we're right outside X-Force at this food court, and we're determining what we want to eat, and there are so many options, except for Go Fresh Cafe, that's closed. So many options. Oh, apparently the nacho place is closed too. So many options except for nacho place and Go Fresh. So I got the chili cheese dog for dinner. This is what it looks like. And Crystal got the mac and cheese dog again. And her bacon is huge this time. We didn't have, you know, much time left, but we wanted to use up our food pass. One thing I think they do differently here is they add an extra layer of cheese on top of the mac and cheese, so that's kind of interesting. So we're off to do the American Eagle coaster, which is this wooden one back here. But only the red side is open. The sign says only the red side is open. So it looks like next to the American Eagle ride, they actually used to have like a old automobile ride. And you can see like the old remnants of it here. Because there's like the track that the cart would, you know, bump back and forth on. So I wonder why they took it out. So there is a kids version of the automobile over here. And they have lights. It's kind of a cool little ride. So yeah, we're actually traveling over a road to get to the American Eagle. Sort of like that one coaster, I forget what its name was, that we went to at Six Flags Over Texas, where we went under a road. So if you're a big coaster enthusiast and you want to basically ride every ride in the world, every coaster in the world, for a ride like this where it has 2 dueling sides, you actually have to ride both sides in order to count it as, you know, like a coaster. Well, it's technically 2 coasters, so you'd have to ride both sides to count both coasters in your like portfolio of like rides you've done in your life. So yeah, I'm disappointed that the other side wasn't open, but hopefully tomorrow. There's so much walking. It's like the farthest ride from anything in the park.
Welcome back. When the train comes to a complete
Ooh,
stop,
here we go.
push down.
So American Eagle was a fun wooden coaster. It was, most wooden coasters we go on were scared because
yeah, it's usually so rickety where you're like, and you're like, I have a headache at the end of this.
Usually we're very scared of being in a blender. The racers at Kings Island is a good example of being in a blender because it's a very rickety old wooden coaster.
Yeah, it's amazing that this one seems to have very similar construction, but yet it was still so much smoother. So I don't know if maybe this one has been built a little bit newer, renovated. Not really sure, but it was definitely really nice. Now granted, we did sit towards the front just in case to try to avoid some of that extra whiplash bit in the back.
Yeah, there's this one loop that you see at the very top of like the first uphill that you start slowly descending, and there at the end it's pretty intense. But yeah, it is a very enjoyable, you know, wooden coaster. I would recommend it. So
yeah, definitely check it out.
So we're overlooking Metropolis, and there's this green fence over here. And I'm wondering what this thing is behind it. I'm almost thinking it could be an old, or where they put one of the haunted mazes. Because there's some sort of like creatures there. I don't know if you can see them, but I think this could be one of their scare zones. So we're gonna try and do one more ride of the night before we call it quits. We've had a very long day. Considering we didn't get to sleep last night until like 2 or something like that, because we got lost. Funny story, we actually thought we had booked the Hampton Inn closest to the park, but right when we were about to get here, actually no, we looked it up, we booked one 30 minutes away, so we had to travel back to where we came from. So yeah, we're gonna try and do the Viper now. We still have our fast passes or whatever they're called from earlier today that we haven't used. So yeah, we have 2 left. Let's go see the Viper. On our way over, Crystal got distracted by a cute fox and what is that, a bear?
Sloth.
Sloth, okay.
I think it's sloth and a lemur, and yeah, either a fox or maybe like a red panda style in a way. Cute.
So up ahead to the left of the Hurricane Harbor entrance is the Viper. Let's get a closer look at this sign. So here's what the sign looks like. It looks like the Viper put itself over like an old, you know, older sign. So that's kind of interesting. Let's go check it out. Looks like we're up for another walk. So they actually have some really cool flowers over here to the right of Viper's queue. And there's a lot of them too. I really like these. If you know what they are, comment below. I might want to plant some at my house. So we're at the Q building now, and it looks like it's themed a little bit. You got the Viper here, you got some old Western stuff here. Let's check out what the ride looks like. Looks like it's a wooden coaster, and it's well themed.
Remain seated with your hands at rest.
This should be fun.
Secure hats and glasses.
All clear?
Remain seated with your hands and feet inside the car. When the train comes to a complete stop, push down and pull up on your lap bar. Unfasten your seat.
So we just did the Viper, and it was an okay coaster. Decently long. That part was nice. A little bit rickety, but you know, it wasn't that bad. Very good. Oh, and there's some, you know, fireflies or, you know, the glow light bugs that were on the ride too, that Crystal was like, oh, I don't know if we hit them or if they moved out of the way. Oh, I think we're on to something up ahead. Guess what it is? Copyrighted music. So this is their block party and light show. So you can see, you know, what it's all about. It's basically like a Disney dance party. But it looks like they have a lot more actual dancers from like their shows and stuff dancing. So yeah, if you're into dance parties, they do have one here at Six Flags Great America. Oh, they have the wacky inflatable fun things. So here's what the carousel looks like at night as we head out of the park. It's kind of well lit up. I like it. Okay, so we just finished our day here at Six Flags Great America, and it was a fun park.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. Originally on our road trip, this is my least looking forward to park. If that's the case, I can't even wait for the others. I had a blast today.
Yeah. We had a lot of rides that we did today. So yeah, that was great. The heat probably saved us. Everybody was scared of going today because it was like 110 degrees.
Yeah, there's a special heat warning going out. It's like, I don't blame people for wanting to stay away, but at the same time, thank you for doing so.
Yeah, what's funny is it was only like 110 for like 6 hours, and then bam, it changed real fast. Like
dropped to like 70.
70 real fast, and it was
like,
very pleasant.
Man, that almost felt cold to us. We're like, where is the sweater?
Yeah, but yeah, it was a great park. Tomorrow we're gonna come back for day 2. Hopefully do Max first or early in the morning. But yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow. See you then.
Bye.